Hey guys, how are you doing today? Let's go riding! Today I'm going to uh, do a heat training session during this ride. I have my fans off now, so I'm a little distracted by the silence here. Feels very unnatural. But I figured such a long ride like this might be a good opportunity to get a good heat session, especially since I'm not racing tomorrow. Which means that I have a towels at the ready. Both on my handlebars and underneath me. I have another one here. And I cannot wear gloves because they would get soaked. And my shoes will get soaked as well. So there's still 15 minutes left, so if anyone wants to join the ride, you are most welcome to do so. The link is in the description. Hey Steven, how are you? Actually, really looking forward to the ride. I'm actually using, I'm back on 100% trainer difficulty because I want to try the full gradient simulation. So I adjusted the gearing for that. And I want to use today to make sure why is it working like that? Yeah, I want to make sure that I can possibly race with that. Oh no. And are you riding or are you just here to chat? That sucks, mate. Hopefully it will be cold less shortly. Yeah. I think if you do not have any symptoms below your neck, I think that's fine to ride. Oh yeah, RD, I'm sorry about your ass injury. Sorry, but it's quite funny. But I am sorry about that. Yeah. Oof, I'm hot already. And the ride didn't even start. You know what? Let me actually try to nail the color on the Tron for such a long ride. It would be a shame not to have the perfect color. I think it's a little... It needs to be like this, maybe. Not sure. Yeah, that look... it's still a little purplish, but... Hey Mark, how are you? Ready for the ride? I was doing some seat adjustments today because when I was setting my seat tilt, saddle tilt, I didn't have the bike level. It was actually tilted from the hill from the ride before. So I actually had the wrong tilt, and yesterday I felt I was falling down. Now it's correct. Oh. It's like my pedals do not want to connect again. Yeah, but I didn't know that actually. So I needed to first level it manually and then actually adjust the saddle. I wasn't that, yeah. For me, it was, for me, the default was actually a little upwards. And I didn't know that, but that doesn't matter. I already adjusted it, so that's fine. Ooh. There were over 50 people signed up for this ride, which is incredible. So we will see how many will join. I really like this route actually. I like all the routes in Innsbruck. So those 3 laps in the city and then the climb. It's very nice. Listening to you instead of music. That's weird, man. But I appreciate it. Oh. Looks like my heart rate monitor isn't connected. And that's because probably I didn't wet the electrode. So sorry, this is going to be disgusting. But what needs to be done needs to be done. Hello. You there? Wake up. Wake up. I probably need to go into the settings. Hey Mark, how are you? Can it like... I think this is going to be more than 70 minutes actually. Don't forget that the group space is averaged. So my core sensor.
Right on.
Looks like it's on. Can my My computer see it? It is possible to change bike mid-ride, but you will, you will be dropped from the rubber band. So you will need to speed up to catch us. So the heart rate monitor works, but it cannot be seen on Zwift for some reason. How much time left? For 5 minutes. Let me actually restart Zwift. Because my heart rate monitor, for some reason, doesn't want to connect. Yeah, but rejoining the band isn't like terribly difficult because obviously we are not going to go any crazy pace. So your restart takes 15 minutes. What device are you using? Those issues are related to the core sensor though. It takes a while for Zwift to like recognize it. The bike computer finds it immediately, always. But Zwift has, for some reason, issues with the core sensor. Yeah, so I'm now back to... Huh. No? Oh well, looks like I will be riding without heart rate. Well, I have it on my bike computer, so it doesn't matter. I need it. I need the core data for... I need the core data for the heat training. So if I started overheating, so I know to put on the fan. But I have it in there, so it doesn't matter really. But it's weird. Why doesn't it come up? I switched to weighted power because I feel that's like closer representation of the effort. You know, average power can be still very low, but if your power is super erratic, that can be an issue. Looks like the Bluetooth is not working actually. I have my Kicker bike paired using Wi-Fi. That's why it finds Kicker bike. So I had some Windows update the other day, so maybe it shut down the Bluetooth connection. I don't know. Let me see. Bluetooth. How do I turn on Bluetooth? Not connected. Oh, it's on? I don't know. Weird. Oh well, doesn't matter. So is the update related? Okay. Yeah, I need to spread the towel correctly to protect the bike, because shortly I will sweat like insane. You have the same issues. Okay, so maybe that's on the Zwift's end. Hey Cortez, how are you? So since I'm riding on 100% trainer difficulty now, I had to redo my gearing. So I have gears for the climbs. Hopefully it will be enough. I have like one emergency gear, which is like flat 1.0 gear ratio. I cannot get over the nickname Pareto Gachar. Hey Jeroen. Are the in-game sounds loud enough on the stream? So it's like pleasing to listen to? I've been looking to on I was watching the recording from yesterday's race, and it felt like it was a little low. Loud enough? Okay. Yeah, when you have trainer difficulty at 100%, it starts being really immersive with the climbing simulator. Yeah, I'm super happy. It's near instant on the kicker bike. It's not as fast that you feel like you are running into brick wall, but it's very responsive. I can basically upshift 2 times and go out of the saddle immediately, which I couldn't do with the RCR. The other side of the coin of running 100% trainer difficulty is I need to shift basically each gradient change. Well, we'll see. That's going to stop now, I promise. I will need to get back used to shifting more often, but then the gradient changes might help me on the other hand, so... Okay. I'm hot already. We just barely started. My heart rate is already over 140. What? Tina is dropped? Should we wait or... But I don't know if you rejoin the ride, if you get the credit towards the... Tina, are you here? Should we wait? Oh, she got connection drop, something like that. Well, hopefully she can then rejoin us at least. Probably not gonna get the credit, but at least can ride with us. Hey guys, always do at least some power. Because if you drop below 10 watts, you will get dropped from the band. Yeah, the late join should work. Oh my god, Mark. Good luck. So I'm at gear 1 on 8% gradient. So I will probably need to adjust the gearing even more. Can you try teleport to me, Tina? Can you like teleport here? No, it doesn't look like you can. There's one thing about the heat training, it is not comfortable. And I'm only on 1.2 HSI now. Yeah, let's get rid of drafting. I don't know if I will be able to race on 100% DD. You basically need to shift to each gradient change. Did the chat overlay stop working? I don't know. No, it didn't. Oh, Tina is here. Perfect. It occasionally misses a message or two. I noticed that before. I don't know why. Yeah, they are. I'm actually looking forward to doing the breakfast grid and grids in advanced. Going to be fun. Hopefully I can stay at least to the breakaway brace with the group in prime time. Actually, go a little bit lower with the trainer's difficulty. It's not particularly enjoyable to having to shift all the time. I'm gonna try to do back to 50% just to see how does the leg snapper feel in terms of the gradient changes. I always loved those traffic signs here in Innsbruck. I just realized I don't have the badge for this route. I was using 30%, Steven, which I ultimately think is the best for racing. But if you use 30% with Wahoo Kicker bike, you get barely any radiant tilts. So I switched to 50. And the tilts feel good at 100%, but it's annoying to having to shift all the time. They don't, because they are taking what Zwift reports, and if you are doing 10% climb on 50% TD, Zwift reports to the trainer only 5%. But what basically Elite does is, in the app you can set what trainer difficulty you are using in game, and it adjusts the tilt based on that. I think Wahoo should do that as well. It was your Ghost Ghost power up provided by AT&T. Oh, I have a featherweight. You know why I didn't use it on leg snapper, but yeah, the gradient simulation is still really good at 50% DD, and the riding experience is way better, so I'm gonna stay at 50. That's what I was racing at yesterday, and it felt really good. I'm still not in heat zone 3. And I already have a pool underneath me. If anyone tells you that you don't need core sensor for heat training, that you are heat training anyway when you are riding indoors, laugh in their face. The heat training starts way later than you feel hot already. Yeah, that's a known bug, Curtis. Even if you change the bike, it doesn't change for others. Yeah, glad you are riding with us. Well, Wahoo Kicker bike is a nicer bike because it's got the tilt and it's got super smooth pedaling. But it's 4 times as expensive. And it's not 4 times better. Not by a long shot. So if you have unlimited funds and you want the best experience you can get, by all means, get Wahoo Kicker bike. But if you want experience that is still super good and you want the good value, then Zwift Ride is for you. Because you can get 4 Zwift Ride bundles for the price of 1 Wahoo Kicker bike. I mean, it would be really sad if this bike wasn't better than Zwift Ride, because there would be something wrong in the process. But it is not like I'm enjoying the riding for the first time in my life now, and I didn't before. It is just a little better in terms of quality of life. It's got slightly more comfortable handlebars, slightly more comfortable pedaling experience, and it's got the tilting motion. Thank you, man. Glad it is helpful for you. I think either tomorrow or on Monday, I will release another video that's going to be very helpful for you if you are starting out. So stay tuned for that. Ooh. No! I've used the power up too late. Never mind. Not that it matters that much. I think I need to increase the tempo a little bit to get into the heat zone I need. By the way, one thing. You should know if you are ever trying heat training, you get cold as hell after it. I think it's the body's reaction to the temperature shock. But seriously, when you are heat training, after the ride for a few hours, you are super cold. Oh, That makes sense. I like those shorts. I think that those shorts make you more aero. Jaren, I don't know. I've heard great things about Pedal Mafia kit, but I agree with you. Those prices are insane. And even the Lecol kit that I wear mostly is expensive, even when discounted. But when you buy the Lecol kit discounted, it's like 1/3 of the price of the Pedal Mafia kit. So, or maybe not 1/3, but over 1/2, yes. But I think there is chance that if those kits do not sell, they will be discounted later. That was the case with the Zwift kit in 2024, which, by the way, these shorts are from. It was also super expensive at the start, and it got discounted very heavily later when people weren't buying it. So it might happen again, who knows? I think the kit is like 149 for the jersey and 169 for the bibs. Something crazy like that. Plus shipping, plus tariffs if you have any. Yeah, what Steven says, yeah. I think it will be discounted in few months. Yeah, definitely if you are buying from Lecol, sign up for the membership. It's free. And basically when you ride, it records your kilometers and you can then turn those kilometers into further discounts that you can add on top of the discounts that are already live. So I was buying some bibs recently and those indoor jerseys, and both those kits and the jerseys were like 40% off. Actually, the jerseys were 50% off, and I added another 30% discount on top of that. So basically, 2 horse category bib shorts and 2 indoor jerseys were like $300. Yeah, I can see that in such a big city can be really helpful to wear something like that. I think that's Josh, if I'm not mistaken, and he's A+. The 50-pound like all discount isn't as good as the 30% from the CC membership. We appreciate you, bro. I'm nearing finally, after 42 minutes, I'm nearing zone 3, heat zone 3. Still, I'm at 2.8. That's true, yeah, that's true. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but my shorts are already salty. And I'm still not in the zone yet. Insane. Should probably take an electrolyte. Yeah, it's the clockwise direction, yeah. It's the flatter side. Oh, zone 3. Thank you. And you are heat training even in zone 2, but the gains are biggest in zone 3. Okay, I don't need this. Also, when we climb up, don't forget to write down for 3 kilometers. Oh man, Josh, you are killing yourself here. It's insane. Is that like a tempo for you? Like sweet spot or? My towel is all wet already. Wow. It's a hell of a workout you are doing here. So I'll probably heat train until the top and then we'll turn on the fans and cool down with the fans already. I think I should have probably like comfortable 40 minutes in zone 3. Another 35 in zone 2. That's a hell of a heat session. Have you ever noticed that building in front of us has a really stupid expression? Like... It is still banded on the climb, yeah. You just need to do at least 10 watts to not get dropped from the band. Someone is dropped or is finishing the ride. Ten kilos per watt. Well, my hobby when I was younger, in my 20s, was street photography, actually. So I was seeing faces in everything. In the, you know, in the different, like road, what do I call them? Those covers of the, sewer system. In buildings, wherever. I was obsessed about photography. I'm sorry to hear that, Tina. Hopefully you will be able to join us next week or whenever we do another ride. I use only my camera now for YouTube. When I go to holidays, I only shoot with my iPhone now because it has gotten so good. It's cumbersome to carry camera and lenses, and you do not enjoy the holidays that much then. Sometimes I take my 360 camera as well. But yeah, there were times when I was at the university, when I was roaming the streets of Prague with camera every single day. I was buying books about photography. I actually made 2 books, which in retrospect are pretty bad. But I enjoy nature photography too, but I refuse to get up at 5 a.m. to do so. Street photography was basically the only type of photography where you didn't necessarily need good light. It was still beneficial, but if you found a great moment, it didn't matter, there is not a good light. Oh yeah, that's a benefit. For sure. Also, I am convinced you guys in North America, whether that's Canada or the States, you have way more beautiful nature in general than Europe. I mean, we have Alps and Norway, and that's it. And Pyrenees, and that's it. And actually, none of those. Probably the Dolomites. The Dolomites can compare to the U.S. national parks, maybe, but nothing else. I was in the U.S. national parks 3 times already, and each time I'm blown away how something like that can be a reality. Yeah, I went to Utah 2 times already. Last September, for the last time. Actually, I love Utah probably the most out of all states we visited. Arizona and Utah. Also, Colorado was really nice. Also, California was very nice. Cannot pick my favorite. Yes, I am. I think I am, Tina. I cannot deprive myself of doing something that perverse. Huh. I was riding on a rocker plate basically from like week 2. I was on Zwift. At first, I had the basic one, the Lisa Boomboard Pro. So changing to the full motion rocker plate Turbo Rocks wasn't that difficult actually for me. But it can take over a month to get used to the movement. I would like to, but it's actually really expensive for me to go to North America, especially Canada. So I tend to save those trips for like bigger trips. Don't worry about it, Madison. We will definitely do more of those. Probably one next week. It feels incredible. You can feel like you are on the climb, actually. Love it. Okay. So my heat strain index is now over 4. So my performance is really going down. So I'm glad we have a bandit right now. And since I will be going to France this year, not only for the let up, but also for 2-week vacation before that, I don't think I will have funds left to do any more traveling this year. And also the friends that, you know, we, that like care of Toby when we are on holidays, have baby now. We'll have like shortly in few days. So they will probably not be available for, you know, to take him this year. I don't know if it's going to be dope, Steven. It might kill me. I'm actually not that worried about the distance and the elevation gain. I'm worried about the descents there. I've already done Galibier descent and I descended Alpe d'Huez. Those descents are no joke. There's sweat slushing in my shoes now. So I will probably do the descents on there on brakes because I don't want to kill myself there. Negative gears. My wife came to check up on me if I'm not dead yet. I'm not. Happy to report that. No. Thank you, Terence. I love it too. It's an incredible experience. Very lovely piece of equipment. And I was hearing some rumors that Wahoo is working on a kicker bike with integrated rocker plate. This is obviously something I don't need, so that wouldn't be interesting for me. But that could be a good all-in-one package for someone who doesn't have one. No worries, Terence. These rides are not mandatory. I think I can already see your Canadian. Oh, it's not you, Curtis. Never mind. I thought I was seeing your jersey changed. That's another guy. Yeah, it's a move bike. But they are only shipping to UK for now. What do you mean, Terence? You can get a Turborox rocker plate in the States. And the guy will actually pay for the tariffs. Steven. Yeah, the move bike is crazy expensive. But apparently, from what I've heard, it's got crazy good power meter. And it's got like super race mode that reports 30 times a second. Which probably isn't necessary yet, but it does that. I was actually writing them if they'd be interested in a partnership, but they didn't respond. Which I sort of understand. I'm still too small of a creator to do cookie offers like that. But you know what? If you don't ask, like Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. Yes, Andy. And downwards, downhill. That's actually super neat. Coffee doesn't work with less than 5 kilometers left, I believe. It is raised, but it is raised only by 3 to 4% because I'm riding at 50% trainer difficulty. So if you have 50% trainer difficulty, Zwift reports you are on 3 to 4% climb now, and the bike raises only by 3 to 4%. I would need to be at 100% trainer difficulty to get the full tilt. And I had actually at the start, so if you review the footage to the first leg snapper, you'll be able to see the full effect. Maximum is 20%. Minimum is minus 15. %20 up, 15% down. Yeah, it is. You are riding basically, if you have 100% trainer difficulty and you ride on like New York City KOM, you are riding like this. I'm sorry I'm not pulling more, but I'm now severely overheated. Still in the zone, but... yeah, it's 4,000 everywhere. Unfortunately. I got 5%, 500 off because I have a 10%, 12% discount at the store where they had it in stock. And that discount is good for anything. So I took advantage of that, but it's super expensive everywhere. Now you will be able to see it tilting down on the flatter section. So now it's basically level. Don't worry, you will decide you do 5 minutes after this ride. No, it's silent. The tilting motion is silent. The electromagnetic motor makes that little hum, a signature, but the tilting itself is silent. I suppose we could do PRL full to get people badges, but probably not sooner than in the second half of February, because until then there's going to be a lot of racing. I don't know about that. I've done both, and I hated both. So it doesn't make buzzing sound when it changes level. Oh, I already responded on that. Sorry. I'm now heat impacted, so my brain doesn't work and remember things. Simon, I think we will let the community decide again. This wasn't my decision. This was community decision. Probably some to the Zwift long again. You're almost there, man. It's going to be 40 minutes in heat zone 3, 35 in zone 2. Hell of a heat workout. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Tour of Fire and Ice. I think that was a runner-up in the poll. But we are a democratic community. We will let people vote. I'm okay. Almost time to turn on the fan. Yeah, great job, everyone. You can descend the other way around, on the other side of the hill. The group is no longer banded, I think, after the finish line. Yeah, thank you all for joining. We'll definitely do something like that. I think next weekend. Makes sense. It's time for me to turn on the fan. Whew. Man. Whew. So nice to have the fan after this. So nice. Let me actually turn on the second one as well. Wow. That's gorgeous. So my heat strain index is now at 4.9. And I need to get it down to like under 1 to get down from the bike in a safe manner. Because you don't want to finish the workout when you are still overheated. Whoa, the downhill tilt now. Oh. Still can't get over Pareto Gacha. It's so good. I'm doing a super unhealthy dinner myself, which is probably not surprising for you, but I'm doing bread with Spraten, with the little fish in oil, some mayo, tomatoes. It's a great open-faced sandwich. And if you refrigerate it, it's even better the following morning for breakfast. Spratz, yeah. I love that. Especially if you put some onion on that, maybe some, I don't know, parsley or some herbs. It's incredible. And really the trick is to refrigerate it for the next morning and have it with nice cup of Earl Grey tea. That's like ultimate day starting combination. It's high in calories, but man, we are cyclists. We can afford that. To be fair, European mayonnaise is way better than American one. I wouldn't use the American one actually. And especially if you can find Japanese mayonnaise, that's even better. Yeah, exactly. That's why I started running originally. Okay. All right. So I think that's going to be me in Innsbruck, but I am tempted to do another one of those, maybe turf and surf, because I'm missing that one. Yeah, Dutch mayonnaise is really good as well. Man, like homemade fries with Dutch mayonnaise, that's incredible. Okay, great ride, everyone. I will still stay on stream, but I'm leaving the ride now. So if you are not on stream, then bye, and you won't hear that anyway, so why I bother? Yeah, I bought Wahoo Kicker bike because I saw it and I wanted it. All right, let me see. No, I'm not doing New York City. I still need turf and surf, so I'm going to do turf and surf. 100%, yeah. We will do another one of those. Probably next week, actually. I think it makes sense to do those things on weekends. I still need to cool down anyway, so might as well tackle the turf and surf. Bye-bye, Curtis. Enjoy your meal. I think I can take the gloves now because my hands are no longer sweaty. Meals, okay. That sounds even better. I got some non-alcoholic Prosecco and non-alcoholic beer in the fridge. So I'm going to have a party myself tonight. My wife is going to go alcoholic. I can't, but never mind. If I put it in a nice glass, I can pretend it's alcoholic. Good job to you as well, Nomad. That was incredible ride from you, Josh. I really struggle riding without gloves because my hands get very sweaty, and when they move on the handlebars, they get bruised. Thank you as well. Thank you as well. I think we will do another one next Saturday, but we will let the group decide what the route is going to be. If I should bet, I would say it's going to be Tour of Fire and Ice, but we'll see. So I'm definitely not going to fulfill my planned stress score on Exert. I was supposed to do a long ride today, but I think the heat training is a good substitute. It is, especially when you're at the front and you are pushing and your avatar isn't moving. That's a weird feeling. Exactly. Exert planned 227 XSS for me today. Oh, my wife is calling me for wine. I will probably go. That sounds too good to be riding. That sounds way better than to be turf and surfing. And I already cool down, so I can afford to. So that's going to be it for today. And we'll see each other on Monday when we will do another advanced race in prime time on Breakfast Crits and Grits. Insane route with insane group. Hopefully, Steve, you will be in shape. Fingers crossed. Have a lot of vitamins so we can race together. And as always, the race will start 6:15 European. The stream will start 30 minutes in advance. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy because yesterday it was crazy and yesterday it was not prime time. Oh. Dude. No riding tomorrow. No riding tomorrow. That's a team order. All right, guys. Yeah, it's not a far week. 3 weeks now until the great outdoors. I think it's 3 weeks at least. The great uphill challenge. The climbing championship. Yeah, but I think it's actually going to be way more enjoyable now when each class is going to have separate pen. Because now it was only about how long we can stay with the CAPs. And when that's no longer in the equation, I think it's going to be way more enjoyable actually. I will still probably get dropped, but you know. I can train a lot in 3 weeks, and I'm determined. Your performance actually motivated me to push it. 33%. Freaky, there's actually climb about 5 minutes from where I live. That's 42% in its steepest part. So we basically have Prague is basically divided in half with Vltava River. And this climb goes from Vltava River up to where I live. And it's very short. It's like half a kilometer climb. But at its steepest, it's 42%. I actually have a video from that on my channel. It's actually crazy. Yeah, I've got this keyboard with mouse, and take a look how disgusting that is. I can't believe that this thing is still working. It's actually really disgusting. But it's probably the only keyboard on the market that has like trackpad. And I don't want to have mouse here because that's another, you know, waste of space. All right, guys, I'm gonna go have some non-alcoholic wine. It's not going to be non-alcoholic wine. It's going to be alcoholic wine, but non-alcoholic wine. It's probably going to be disgusting, but so see you on Monday. Likely tomorrow video, so stay tuned for that. And ciao, bye. Oh, and my trackpad isn't working anymore. It's probably that as well. Hello? No. It's very wet. And I don't have anything dry to dry it out. I'm probably making it worse. Okay, see you guys.